Get ready for this. This is amazing. So this came across like 4 or 5 weeks ago. Wall Street Silver says, I've seen this episode. Now they just package up those and sell them as a nice AAA batch of loans to pension funds, as if pension funds weren't already having their back up against the wall. Homebuyers will now be able to put down as little as 1% on their home, Rocket Mortgage says. All right, let's read this from Yahoo Finance. Lending giant Rocket Mortgage rolled out a 1% down, no insurance fee home loan program, aims to target more than 90 million U.S. borrowers. Is this 2008 all over again? 90 million, that would be like, if the United States is 300 million people and we assume that all 300 million of them are searching for loans, that would be a third of America. But let's just pretend half of them. So they're trying to get like half of all. I don't even know. I don't even know how to break down that 90 million number. The housing sector continues to be one of the hardest places for Americans to break into these days. Soaring prices coupled with increased interest rates, blah, 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 blah. But take me right to the meat of it. So here we go. Rocket Mortgage announced May 22 that it was introducing a 1% down home loan program. The new loan, called One Plus, also includes Rocket Mortgage insurance at no cost to the home buyer, Rocket Mortgage said in a statement, and could save more than 90 million Americans thousands of dollars. The new 1% mortgage targets low to moderate income earning Americans. Perfect. No risk there. Borrowers would make a 1% down payment, with Rocket Mortgage covering the remaining 2% for the threshold for conventional loans. The program also eliminates monthly mortgage insurance fees, which are usually applied if a buyer places down a payment less than 20% of the purchase price. I see nothing that could go wrong here. This definitely is not right out of the playbook of the 2008 collapse. Not at all. Oh, this was the fun part of it too. In a similar move, United Wholesale Mortgage announced on May 24th, 2 days later, that it was expanding its conventional 1% down payment assistance program, launched in April, where borrowers could make a 1% down payment with UWM covering an additional 2% up to $4,000. Oh my gosh. I don't even need to keep going through this article. I think you guys understand enough of what's going on here, that this is going to start to fall apart. Now, obviously, Walters insists his company's requirement borrowers meet specific credit standards acts as a safeguard against the same pitfalls. We're not reducing the qualifications and putting people into loans they can't afford. While a program like this isn't going to solve the supply problem in America, it does level up the folks who are really struggling in a market that's often competitive, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course he's saying that, but wait until the activists come in and then force you and say that you're discriminating, or just wait simply until the market kind of shifts and finds a new equilibrium, and the people that you said were solvent and good borrowers, turn into my house is no longer worth this much, or inflation continues rising. There are all sorts of factors that could blow this thing up. And let me tell you, I'm one of the first to say I hate how the housing industry works right now. It's so stinking difficult to afford a house for a lot of people who are, I don't know, maybe like 30s and younger. Especially when I look around my neighborhood and I see houses that 20 years ago were maybe $100,000 house, but now today are a $450,000 house. And you think to yourself, what in the world? How does this even? Obviously, we know inflation, economics, blah blah blah. But how does this even happen? So, wait until though, as we're seeing, as CNBC was just showing. Let's see. No, they're not showing, but the number of the house, the building, the home supply, the home sales, and value of homes, all these various data points in the housing industry are starting to slowly trickle down. Now, new home builds, those are still going pretty strong, because essentially people are I would imagine, I'm speculating here, people are not selling their home because they know that if they have to sell their home and buy a new home, that homes are just way too expensive to, with an interest rate. Most everybody has, over the last 10 years, has a home interest rate somewhere in the 2s or the 3s. Now you're up in the 7s and 8s. Why would you sell a house? Just hold on a little longer. So a lot of people are either renting or doing a new build and buying a new build. But whatever, you guys, time will tell. Watch this one closely. I have a feeling that since Rocket Mortgage, and let's just pull up their stock here, Rocket Mortgage is a publicly traded company. So I have a feeling that if things start to go bad, is it RKT? Rocket Lab. I believe it's, hang on. I believe it's ARC. This is them, right? Yes, right. Okay, so this is them. Let's have a look at their financials. Since they are a publicly traded company, if they do this program and things do start to go bad for them, you ought to expect to hear these updates of the number of defaults and whatnot on this program. And if you start to hear the number of defaults ticking upwards, then I think you got a real problem to be concerned about. But, honestly, and then let me go to, is that even their symbol, RKT? The other part of this whole thing is this could be isolated depending on how many loans they put. If they reach all 90 million, watch out, where this is systemic. But if they only do a couple million of these type, then it could be not as bad. Let me see, what's their symbol? No, this was it. Okay, so I guess Rocket is rather new on this. But anyway, I'm not going to look at this. This is irrelevant. So anyway, watch out, you guys. Keep an eye on this. I definitely will, and I'll give you updates if this keeps developing. So let's check CNBC one more time.